What's going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Let me know how you guys are doing today. I don't know if you guys can hear me pretty well. Should be good. What's up, guys? Welcome to the live stream. I think you guys should be able to hear me pretty well. All right. All right, let's start it live here too. What's up, Jay? What's up? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Appreciate the like. Appreciate everyone on here. I got some amazing deals for you today, guys. Black Friday. Stay tuned because I got some amazing deals. It's all going to be in the pinned comment, so I'm going to share them with you guys here as we look also at Bitcoin and the overall market, right? So, yeah, just stay tuned for that. But thank you for all you guys coming on here. Bitcoin working its way back to 90K. We actually hit 92 today. What was it? 92, almost 93K. Actually, we did hit 93K a little bit. Yeah, we did. So, yeah. Thank you for the likes. So, I mean, Bitcoin on the 2-week bouncing off the 100, the 50. The monthly bouncing off the 25, right? We got 2 days left here, right? If we can get a close here above 94, somewhere around here, that'd be very good in my opinion. Most likely probability, I mean, unless we pump here into the weekend, which is very unlikely, but if you do get a close here, you know, around 94, 94 and a half, that'd be very good. Close right here in this zone right there. Welcome to the live stream. If you guys are here, definitely like. Let me know what coins you guys want me to check out. I got some amazing Black Friday deals here for you guys because I got my own discount coupon, my own personal coupon to give to you guys. So stay tuned. I'm going to share some of my favorite cold. Look, I got them right here. Look at this. I got the Trezor. I got the one key. I got so many here. And this is definitely the best time to buy crypto, cold storage wallets, trading view, and all that stuff. So let's see here. I'm bullish for end of the year. Pretty bullish. Let's see here. Put some music on. Bitcoin update. Yeah, so Bitcoin is working its way up here to my target, which I talked about here when we were around 85K, which is 94K. But I feel like it's going to probably go to 98K. Right, we got to see how Bitcoin reacts coming up here to 94 and a half and then 98, 100K. I mean, this is going to be some very, you know, a lot of people are expecting a dead cat bounce, which I feel like it's too obvious, right? A lot of people are looking for this. But let's see how Bitcoin reacts to these levels, because you got to look out here on the weekly, right? That 50 MA, which is in green, was once support. It was once support right here. It was once support. You know, once we come up here to test it again, we're going to be testing it as resistance. So we cannot have a big resistance level right there, right? We cannot have a big, you know, a big drop from that or else we're probably going to break the 100 and go down. So that right now is around 102, but you know, depending how slow we get up there, it could be around 99, 98. So we can slowly drop down here. Yeah. Thank you guys for the likes. And of course, guys, if you want the best deals here, use my link in the profile. Okay, for Trezor, Keystone, One Key, Ledger, all of these crypto cold storage wallets are having a massive deal right now. I got the Trezor, as you can see right here. I have the One Key right here, battery free. I got Tangent. I have Ledger. So this is definitely the best time to buy crypto cold storage wallets because of Black Friday. And on top of that, if you use my link, you'll get my personal coupon on top of that. So we're looking at Bitcoin right now, but let me know in the comments which coins you guys want me to take a look at. I'll definitely take a look at it for sure. Ethereum. Yeah, let's take a look at Ethereum. Let's do Ethereum here. I like working our way from the monthly down to the lower time frames, right? When you look at the monthly, ETH is looking very bullish in my opinion, because you know, we're coming down. We wick down to that 50 MA in green. And we got a beautiful bounce right now. Right now we're holding that 25 right there in yellow. So we got 2 days left. If we can close around here, right, or higher, that's gonna be very bullish here for ETH. But honestly, I believe what ETH is doing doesn't mean that the bottom is in, right? I believe what ETH is doing is just like a massive inverse head and shoulders on the monthly. So we definitely have some more downside here, right? Even if you get a nice close there, we can definitely retest that 50 again and still have this nice bullish inverse head and shoulders play out on the monthly. So especially since on the monthly we're actually pretty overbought for ETH too. So you know, I expect more downside here, but long term speaking, I think this is a bullish structure here for ETH playing out on the monthly. We'll take a look here on the 2 week. The 2 week is coming down. 2 week also nice inverse head and shoulders. And look, my target here for ETH, right? That 2,400 level right there, where it tests the 50 MA on the monthly. On the 2 week, that's the 100 MA. It's the same level right there. So I'm eyeing that 2,450, 2,500 for ETH. On the weekly is, wow, on the weekly it's around the 200. So yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of confluence here for ETH coming down to 2,450 around here somewhere. Okay, that's what I'm looking at here for. If you want to buy ETH on the next big dump here, that could be possibly where it bottoms out. But I'm telling you, the 50 MA on the monthly, I do not believe we're gonna close below that 50 MA here on the monthly. So in the month, like let's say next month, we can dump down here below that, but we're not gonna close below that on the monthly. So if next month we dump down here below that 50 MA, which is in green, I think it's a great buying opportunity, to be honest. So yeah, I'm really liking ETH. I think ETH has a bullish chart here, very bullish structure. Thank you guys for the likes, appreciate it. Let me know some more altcoins you guys want me to check out. Bitcoin, I'm trying to hold 90K. Hopefully we don't dump into this weekend. So we got AR on the 4 hour. Can you look at gold on 1 day time frame? Solana. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to do everything by the order here. So just stay tuned. Just be patient. Stay tuned, because you know we're gonna check out here all your favorite coins. So AR on the 4 hour. All right. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice reversal, but you know, this can definitely be like a massive bear flag right to the downside. So especially coming up here to this massive point of control, right? It's looking like a bear flag to me. I don't know, right? I don't know if you can see that, you know, where we do have this nice pivot up, but once we hit that point of control, we break down to the downside test, maybe 399 level. So Definitely not bad. Hopefully it can put in the higher low here for AR, but very, very small here. All right, what was the next coin? We got Sui, we got Crow, RSR. If you guys are new here, definitely like, follow. I do these crypto live streams all the time. I share my opinion on a coin being bullish or bearish. Just giving you guys here my honest thoughts. I do like RSR. RSR is one of my top coins that I bought over the recent months. I'm down on it, but I'm not down a ton, right? I didn't start buying over here. I started buying once it came down to the 618. So we do have a big drop from there, but still, I believe this coin will eventually rocket up, right? I think this is definitely a survivor here. I think it's coming. It had a big drop here to test that bear market low here, and also resetting that monthly stochastic to oversold, extremely oversold. Okay, so I'm liking the setup here because we are setting ourselves up for bullish divergence, which is we put in a higher low, but then here we're either getting an equal low or a lower low on stochastic, right? So that's bullish divergence setting itself up here on the monthly, which is good to see, right? And on the 2 week, you can see right here too, right? So I mean, we might be a little bit bearish short term, but I think it's a great. I think it ultimately in the big picture, it's putting in a higher low here to, you know, continue up, right? To continue this long-term uptrend here. So, you know, monthly extremely oversold, the 2 week extremely oversold, the weekly extremely oversold, and we're at a big point of control on the range low here. So I mean, these are all signals to buy, right? I'm not trying. This is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my thoughts on RSR. You know, it's very rare to see a coin extremely oversold, not just on the 2 week, on the weekly, but also on the monthly, right? The monthly is a big deal. So yeah, thank you guys for the likes. And by the way, guys, Black Friday is today. If you guys look, I got the Trezor Safe 7. In my opinion, this is the best crypto wallet right now. Okay, I have the One Key Classic, I have the Tangent. They're all having deals right now. And if you guys use my link, you won't just get the Black Friday deal, you'll also get my coupon 5% or 10% off. So if you click on my profile or in the pinned comment, you'll see right here, Sir Lewis, right? You'll scroll down and you can see all the amazing deals here. You got Trezor, you got Keystone. So like Trezor, for example, you go on it, look at this, right? 40% off, 40% off. You click on it, and then you're also going to get my coupon for it, right? Keystone, Black Friday deal, right? Ledger. They're giving out Bitcoin, right? So this one, if you buy the Ledger stacks using my link, you get plus $80 of Bitcoin with that buy, plus $70 worth of Bitcoin. Tangent, they're also having a great deal here, super cheap deal. And yeah, just take advantage of it. One Key as well, okay? And yeah, I like all those wallets right there. That's why I got them. Yeah. And this one that I got, I think this one is an amazing deal because it's 79 bucks. It doesn't have a battery. And it's EAL certified right there. And it's open source. So I really like One Key. If you want like a cheap wallet, maybe a burner wallet, right? That's cold storage like this. This is the one. I got it for a reason, okay? And again, if you use my link, you're not just going to get the Black Friday deal. You're going to get the 5% off on top of that. So if you want to get One Key, it's right there. But I'm telling you, this is like, if you want like a side wallet, this is the one to get. It's battery free, meaning you can actually connect to your phone, USB-C, or on the computer. And that's what powers it on. To some people, that's not good. That's like a con. But the reason why it's a pro is because if the battery dies out or something, you don't have that, like it doesn't have a battery, so it's never gonna basically break ultimately. You know what I mean? Okay. So I think it's a great deal. All right, we got Sui, we got Dash. Buy Sui now or wait. Let's take a look at it. I've been buying Sui, so but I did say we can definitely see some lower targets. Look, I would say right now is under $2. I think is a great time. Charlie brother, look it up. I'll look it up. Let me know where I can find it. Just came out 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay, I got you, bro. Is it on deck screener? That's awesome, man. I made good profit on Turbo too. So look, I still see more downside here for Sui, but it doesn't mean that you should just wait for that target, right? It's not guaranteed. But the next target here I see for Sui is around 117, 118 level. Okay. So, I mean, this can definitely happen if Bitcoin goes down low, right? We can definitely have this drop here and hit that Fibonacci target right there. So, I would not be surprised if we do see Sui go down to this low here. But like I said, 150 Sui. I mean, this coin was like $6 just months back ago, right? Back in January this year. Not $6, like 530 around there. So I think right now is a great deal. If you drop a little bit lower, you can just buy more. And ultimately, I think Sui is just in this massive uptrend here. And it's trying to find a higher low here, right? Either a 118. The previous higher low was 75 cents. I don't believe it will drop down that low, to be honest. But I do see it going down lower, in my opinion. Yeah, Sui similar to Solana. It's like a layer 1, right? But it's Solana's Sui's much newer this cycle. And a lower cap than Solana. Sui is I definitely want to say Sui is buns, right? If you look at Sui's chart, there's nothing buns about this chart. I mean, this is still a great chart here, in my opinion. I trade mostly crypto. So, but man, you guys are killing it with the likes. I appreciate it. Again, check out the Black Friday deals right here. They're all right here. The best crypto cold storage. Look, I put them in my ranking. Trezor to me is the best one. That's why I got the Trezor Safe 7, which just came out right there. Keystone, like Trezor, open source. Keystone, open source. One Key, open source, right? You see the pattern here, right? My top 3 are open source. And I got all of them, right? And again, check it out. If you click on my link, which is in the profile, you get like a coupon on top of the Black Friday deal. Ledger as well, Tangem, EliPal. And there also the Gemini crypto credit card. You get $50, which right now the Gemini card, they're doing 5% cash back on everything, which is amazing for like 12 days, just out of nowhere. So I've been having their credit card for like 2 years now. It's an amazing credit card. So take advantage of all this, guys. It's on the profile. Good evening, NW. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Is Zcash cooked? Open source basically means like that the code is public for the people to like test out, look at any bugs, anything that's vulnerable, right? And I think that's better because if it's closed source, you don't really know what's happening with the code, right? You got to trust, like, you don't really know what's behind the scenes with the code for the either the app or the, you know, everything like that. There could be a backdoor for all we know, right? So that's why I love Trezor, because they're like fully open source. They don't have any NDA chips or anything like that. But at the end of the day, you're still trusting in something, right? You're trusting in their code. But the thing is, being open source is like, there's a lot of eyes on that. And if there's any vulnerability, it's basically fixed fast, right? It's brought up faster. So that's why I like open source. And again, my top 3 right here, this is my ranking. My top 3 are all open source. Trezor, Keystone, and One Key. Okay. Ledger's like 95% open source. So I put it number 4. But they're all great. Okay. They're all great in their own way. Raja says, I lost 3K on Zcash. What price did you buy? What price did you buy to lose 3K on Zcash? You must have bought like 700 or something. Yeah, we'll take a look at Zcash for NW and you guys as well. So see how it's doing. 460. So is it pumping on the day? I mean, it's actually not that. So, I mean, in my opinion, Zcash is testing a big big bottom right here, right? So it's a pretty critical zone right here for Zcash that it needs to hold, unless if it loses this low right here, it's probably going to come to the 300, 350 level pretty fast, right? And then after that, probably 295 around there. So it needs to hold this floor, this bottom. We'll see, right? It's pretty oversold on the daily, but look here on the weekly, right? I mean, this could just be a small correction and then we move up. But this is why it's always good to take profits, right? And you can see my Fibonacci. This is why I love using Fibonacci, because I had this before Zcash even blew up. I had this Fibonacci on Zcash because all you need for this is the previous all-time high and the bear market low. You see that? Previous all-time high and bear market low, and look at this. Look at where we, recently topped out right there, right? So you could have been taking profits here. And honestly, most likely you're probably going to slowly go down on Zcash into the 300s. So we'll see. I'm still bullish on it. I mean, I'm still holding my Zcash that I bought like 2 years ago. XRP below 1.7 near future. Let's take a look at some XRP targets. Look, if we have another big crash, maybe Bitcoin goes below 80K and then bottoms out. I probably see XRP lowest going to like 130s, around 130, around here. Okay, ultimately, I see XRP just basically flipping the previous all-time high as support. All right, so we had the previous all-time high back in 2021. I ultimately see it coming down here and flipping it as support right here, boom, and getting a bounce, right? It was once resistance, now it's support, and we get that nice catapult. So based on that, I see it going to, if again, like I said, if Bitcoin goes below 80K and all that, possibly 120, 130, 125 around here. So for XRP. Yeah, the only thing though, so I did buy Zcash like 2 years ago. The only thing though, and I'm like I said, like I'm honest here, but the only problem was I only bought like 1.10 worth of Zcash, right? I should have bought more. I bought it when it was like around 25 bucks. I should have definitely bought like 20 of them or something, right? But I'm still grateful. Yeah. All right, we got Dash here. We got Dash. Take a look at Dash. So Dash is another privacy coin, I believe. And Litecoin is a privacy coin too, apparently, right? Litecoin is another privacy. I'm very bullish on Litecoin long term. I think Litecoin is very undervalued right now. So, I mean, taking a look at Dash, where we obviously came down here to the previous top from back in 2023, right? So, I want to be scared of this drop here on the monthly. Especially too, when you look at the weekly, you can kind of see it's testing it as resistance, right? So it's looking very bullish here if you can hold this level, because if you get a bounce here off the previous bear market resistance here, that's going to be, I see more downside though, right? I see a little bit more downside putting in a higher low and then moving to the upside. So if we get a weekly close here, which ends in 2 days, that's going to be very bullish. But you can see this is not a bullish candle. So that tells me there's probably going to be more downside, maybe into the 40s somewhere. Okay, with this bearish candle. I mean, that tells me that we're trying to move up, but the bulls are pushing us lower here, and we can open next week here going into the 40s. But still, long term, very bullish on Dash. We can bottom out here around somewhere in 44, 40 bucks. So this looks like a nice start of a pivot, right? And this is what we needed for Dash, because this was a massive downtrend, just new low, new low, new low. And then out of nowhere, right, we got a whole new life here. If we can come down and put in a higher low here, possibly to like 40 around there, like I said, we can definitely change this momentum around. All right. Yeah. Will it go to all-time high? So I'll say the number one thing. Right now it's showing like it has everything to go to the all-time high. But to guarantee that, I mean, I wouldn't say to guarantee that, but to a big part of that, right, is when we come down here into the 40s, we have to put in a higher low. We have to basically flip this level right here, right? That bear market point of control, which I do see it coming down. Yeah, I definitely see Dash coming down here. This zone right here is a big point of control for Dash, which is, like I said, 39 to 40. When we come down here, we had to flip that as support and make that a higher low. Okay, if we don't get the higher low and we just pump and dump here back to like 20s, then probably not. If we do, then yeah, we'll probably go to all-time highs for sure. So I'm pretty bullish on Dash. Pretty bullish on Dash. $20 million Toshi, consider a good amount. 20 million Toshi. Take a look at Toshi. I have, let me see how much I have. I'm not gonna say how much Toshi I have, but let me see how much 20 million is. So Toshi is one of my favorite meme coins for this bull market. Yeah, I mean that's actually way more than what I have. So yeah, that's really good. Because I think Toshi can definitely be one of the meme coins that explodes, right? It's still in this bullish structure. We bounce off the 618, so it's still looking very, very good for Toshi, despite the biggest crypto crash in history, right? Liquidation crash. But I really like this retest of the 618 and bouncing off of that. It's a really good chart in my opinion. So I think 20 million is an amazing amount. I think Bitcoin is going to like 94, test 94. And then we'll probably break that and test 98K. But the main thing here, guys, I want to share with you guys, right? Because on the monthly, we're bouncing off the 25 MA, the 25, the 21, right? On the 2-week, we bounced off the 50 MA. And then on the weekly, we bounced on the 100 MA. So, I mean, I came out like 2 weeks ago on the live stream saying when we're at these critical moving averages on each time frame like this, we usually get a bounce. And you can see that we got a bounce here. Now, the thing to watch out here for, guys, is on the weekly. On the weekly, the 50 MA, which is in green, right? This is my own indicator I made. The 50 MA was once support. We got a really good bounce here back in March, right, at 78K. It was once support. Now, which could be next month or January, we're going to test it as resistance. Right now, it's around 102. But depending how slow we get there, it could come down to like 98 or 99 around here somewhere. Maybe even 100K, depending how fast. But I'm telling you, that 50 MA in this zone right here, the 98 to 103, this zone, this is going to be a very important zone to see how Bitcoin reacts. Because depending on that, it could be what everyone's talking about, being a dead cat bounce, right? Just a massive head and shoulders, a lower high, that is. Or if we're bullish, we can break that and flip that as support again. So short term, I'm bullish on Bitcoin moving up and testing that zone. So yeah, I do hold Bitcoin. I do hold Bitcoin. That's one thing too, guys, why, you know, today you guys definitely got to look at a wallet too, because I definitely recommend, if you're holding Bitcoin, I recommend having like a Bitcoin only wallet. And Trezor has a Bitcoin only wallet. Keystone has one. I think Cold Card. I don't have Cold Card on here, but if you're going to be holding Bitcoin, I would separate it from your altcoins just so it's like safer and more and just a Bitcoin only wallet with Bitcoin only firmware. And just keep that as like your long-term savings. You know what I mean? Yeah. Can you look at Fetch? Sure. Take a look at Fetch. See how that's doing. For Toshi, I'll take a look at Toshi again. Just give me a sec. No, I didn't even know you could stake Zcash. You could stake Zcash. I'm just holding it on my Trezor right now. So I don't know, you could stake it. World Liberty coin, I mean, I think it'll probably move up, right, since Trump's behind it. I haven't looked at the... I think last time I looked at the chart, it looked pretty nice. I just want to make it my biggest holding, that is. So this is fetch. Is this fetch? Yeah. I think there's another chart here for fetch that I have here. Let me just try to find it. Yeah, this one. Yeah, so I mean, fetch, it's at a critical level here. It's at the 618, right? Retesting that 2023 July low. It's not looking like a good monthly candle here. Right, it's still holding it. Let's see. If you want to play it safe, let's finish this monthly candle and let's see how we open on the next candle. It's gonna let us know if we're gonna go lower here. But I would definitely wait it out, right? Wait at least this monthly candle, which ends in 2 days. This is a critical zone here for fetch, testing that 2023 low right there, right? I mean, this is a massive drop. And you can see how when we wick down to that 0.78, we bounce back. So if we get a close here and we can start the next month moving up, you know, over 29 cents, 30 cents, then we're looking good. We got a weak opening here for next month. Most likely we're going to drop to 19 cents or even lower, right? So you can see we're kind of ranging here too, right? We had that pump here to the Fibonacci level. Now we're testing the range low. So, I mean, this could be a good time to buy if you're bullish on this coin. Look at gold. Yeah, I'll take a look at gold. Let me see here. Where's gold at? Right here. Okay, gold is looking, like I said, like last time I checked out gold, you know, it definitely didn't look like the top was in yet. And here we're basically at all-time highs here, right? We're going to put in some new all-time highs here for gold probably very soon. You can see we had that drop here recently, and we can see we're starting to work our way back up to test, you know, that 4,257. Let's take a look here on the daily for gold. You can see kind of basically a cup and handle, right? Kind of got a cup and handle here. And, you know, working our way up to that 4,380, right? Which will probably get some resistance. Let's see how gold reacts to that zone. We can have a scenario where we test, you know, that all-time high, you know, 4,380. And then, you know, we come back down and bounce off this level right here. This is going to be an important level if we do come back down, which is basically where it's at right now at 4,225. So we can have something like this play out where we come back down, put in a higher low, flip that as support, and then go up and into new all-time highs, right? This can definitely happen for gold. So, but right now it's looking bullish. It's looking like it's going to break out to that level. Especially since, too, I believe silver, right? Silver is putting in all-time highs. Look at this. All-time highs for silver. So silver is kind of, it's catching up with gold. Now, I remember people saying this. You know, gold took off and silver was kind of lagging behind. And we can see that it's catching up now. I still think silver has a long way to go up. It's very undervalued. But it's starting to move up here and catch up with gold. Am I bullish on Monad? I haven't looked at Monad yet. I did buy it in the pre-sale, right? The first Coinbase pre-sale for Monad. I put in $250. I think it's like three something now. So I'm up on it. I haven't sold it. You know, we got our big big pullback here. Right, today we're green. We're starting out green, but I mean, it's too early to tell. I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty bullish, right? You know, these pullbacks are normal, right? It's not like it's a pump and dump. But I mean, just looking at the 4 hour, it looks pretty bullish here. I could definitely see it bounce off this level, right? Because this is where we had our first top here, pulled back, and then we went to like nearly 5 cents. So I could see it bounce off this level. So I do like Monad. I'm still holding mine. I only put 250, but I'm still holding it. Wow. Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome. Where can you stake Zcash? Does Zcash have like its own site? Official site? Would I buy gold on the 1 day time frame? On the daily, you mean? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, gold, yeah, it's testing the top here, but it looks like it's about to break out. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right, I'm not seeing any weakness here in gold. So, you know, you can see the momentum is up, right? We were in this pendant here that broke out, and you know, we're testing. So we might have a small pullback, yeah, but eventually I see this top being broken and testing the all-time highs, which we hit back in October. So I'm pretty bullish on gold. Doesn't mean we can't pull back a little bit, but I would be careful shorting it for sure, you know. That's for sure. Oh, my bad. It's ZBEC. Oh my gosh, I was thinking of Zcash. My bad. That's good to know too. I do have ZBEC. So I just have it on my wallet, so I should definitely look into staking it. But yeah, I gotta look into that because I have a good amount of ZBEC. I definitely gotta look how to stake it. And for the new people just coming in, if you guys haven't got a cold storage wallet yet, look, I have the one key right here. I have the Trezor right here. Okay, take advantage of these Black Friday deals. Use the profile link. You won't just get the Black Friday deal, you get my official coupon. When you click on it, it'll be put in, okay, the 5% or 10%. You got Trezor, Keystone, one key. So look, Trezor, when you click my link, you see right here, 40% off, right? Trezor, Keystone, Black Friday deal, 20% off. Ledger, you get $80 worth of Bitcoin, $70 worth of Bitcoin, 50% off. Tangem, also some amazing deals from Tangem. And you can check out the credit Gemini crypto credit card. You get 50 bucks. And TradingView, if you want to get TradingView, 80% off today plus 1 free month. Okay, just use my link. It's all right there in the profile. You can just scroll. You can see all the good deals here. So just take advantage of it for Black Friday. And this is, I have TradingView Premium. I always buy TradingView on Black Friday because it's literally 80% off. So instead of buying it for 600, I'll get it for like 250 or 225. So this is the day that I always get TradingView. If you guys want to get the Premium or TradingView Plus, right? And the reason why I get TradingView Premium is because I make indicators, right? Like this one right here, right? The log waves for Bitcoin. I make my own indicators, and in order to sell your indicators, you got to have Premium in order to like share them to sell them, right? You got to have Premium. But you can see this right here. All right, we topped out here last cycles each time in the red zone here based on the logarithmic wave right here. So, I mean, we're pulling back here. And, you know, once Bitcoin is in that red zone, I think even at the lower band here, it's probably going to be near the top when Bitcoin tops out. So, yeah, I think it's good. Again, nothing is financial advice. I think it's a good time to buy. Right? If you're long-term Bitcoin, I think it's a good time to buy. You can see right here, Bitcoin bouncing up to 25 MA. I mean, Bitcoin from all-time high, we already pulled back. We pulled back like 36%, right? And right now we're at 28% down. And honestly, like if you were gonna be buying Bitcoin, I would buy long-term. Have your own Bitcoin wallet. Like I said, get a Trezor, a Bitcoin-only wallet, Keystone Bitcoin-only wallet, and just keep that long-term. And just keep adding to that each month. Just, you know, buy Bitcoin. And I'm telling you, I mean, Bitcoin is I highly believe it's gonna go to 1 million next decade. 1 Bitcoin, that is. So, yeah. What I think about ZBAC ZBCN will be ISO approved by the end of. Really, it is? I didn't know about that. I mean, I do have a ZBCN. I haven't been following them. I'm gonna check out their chart right here. And shout out to Jay. He said that you can stake Zepic for 15% APY. So I got to look into that because I got some Zepic and I'm just holding it. I'm not staking it. So I got to take advantage. Unless it's like a exchange, right? Is it like a decentralized staking? If it's a like exchange, it's not really staking. It's like yielding. But if it's based on an exchange, then I definitely don't recommend it. But if it's like legit staking, then yeah, that's definitely good. Can you look at Telcoin? Yeah, for sure. I'll look at Telcoin right after ZBCN. Oh, they got the Nebraska banking. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll look at Telcoin after. But yeah, so Zepic, right? We can see that we broke down to the downside. Right now we're holding that 50 MA. So I mean, this was a great time to buy right here, and I think it still is. Right. The thing here is, right, if we're having this relief rally, we're coming up here. We got some resistance here. We're probably gonna go down here. Okay. This can very well happen, especially if Bitcoin breaks 80K and goes lower. Watch out for Zepic coming down to 0021. Okay, so you kind of want to see how it reacts to this zone right here, that 0034 zone, in the way where the market is running. Well, what Bitcoin's doing, what the overall crypto market is doing. We can get a big rejection here near that 25 MA and then break down to the previous top here, right in this zone. So that's what I would watch for Zepic, but doesn't mean you can't buy right now. I think this zone is a great time to buy here long term. Right, this is a great pullback here. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. And is there like the name for it, or should I just go to Zepic's official site? How did you find it ultimately? So I just want to know that, so I know it's like the official, you know, not just some scam website imitating. Yeah. Yeah, like I'm bullish on Monad. I put in 250. I'm up like $100 or something on Coinbase. So I should have put more, to be honest, but let's take a look at Telcoin here for NW. And again, guys, all the official links are in the profile and the pinned comment. If you guys want to use my link to get the cold storage wallets or TradingView, definitely check it out, because today, I think the Black Friday deals, most of them end tonight in a couple hours. So, yeah. Which one? Let me see the best one here. Maybe Mexi. I think KuCoin. Let me see this one. Okay, yeah, this is the best one, because I always like getting the one that has the most history here. So, I mean, I'm happy about Telcoin on this drop. I didn't really have Telcoin, but I'm happy I bought some. You know, on this drop here. And I'm really liking Telcoin's structure. It's still very bullish, right? Because you can see we're building support at the 618 level. You know, also, we're just ping-ponging here between my Fibonacci zones here. Okay, we topped out here at we got a local top, not the top, but a local top at that 0.38. We came down and we're finding support here at the 618. And even this month, we went up to the 0.5 and we got rejected. So that tells me more downside here. And, you know, either we come back here and find a bottom here. If we lose that 618 level, we're probably going to come down here to 0027, or even as low as the 0.78 at 0021, right? Which is a possibility. But the fact that we didn't drop down that low or not hanging around here tells me that there's a lot of strength here, a lot of buyers for Telcoin. You know, you can see we're still in this long-term uptrend, this nice parabola here that at some point, right, it's going to go vertical. At some point, it's just going to do something like that. So shout out to NW. And it just makes me want to buy more Telcoin, to be honest. So we'll see. Maybe I'll wait for some lower targets here. we can have a scenario where we, you know, we come down here, test this zone again, and, you know, I'm just gonna check it out. Wait a couple weeks. I got that from Zepic website. I keep rolling every 4 months, free money. Oh, that's awesome. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Shout out to Jay. And Jay, so when you do that, are you able to connect a cold storage wallet, or do you have like, is it like a native wallet? Like, can you connect your cold storage wallet to that native wallet on Zepic, or is it like just the website wallet, like a hot wallet or something? I definitely want to know that for sure. People keep saying our Bitcoin is going to crash. Those will never listen to what the majority of people are saying. Usually they're wrong, right? I know, you know, if you keep hearing influencer, that's my number one thing. If you keep seeing repetitive statements or prices, usually it's not going to go that way. And it's for the upside and downside, right? Last cycle, we saw repetitive $1 Dogecoin, $1 Dogecoin, and it hit 75 cents and it didn't go to $1. And on the other side, you heard 9K Bitcoin, 9K Bitcoin, and we didn't hit 9K. We went to 15.5. So when you see the overall people saying repetitive statements, prices, all these things, you really want to just look at the facts, right? Look at the charts, look at the tokenomics and what's going on here. This is why I live stream the charts, right? I'm not live streaming myself. I'm not live streaming fundamentals and all these things. I'm live streaming probably the most realist thing here that you can see, which is the charts here, what it's doing based on price action. Thank you for the flowers, by the way. I just saw it right there. Appreciate the flowers. Phantom. Oh, so you connect your Phantom wallet. I never connect cold wallets. Okay. Okay, because I definitely feel more safe for connecting a cold wallet. Obviously, it's not gonna be my main cold wallet. Like that's why I have like a bunch, right? I have Trezor, One Key, and if I do that, it's probably gonna be like my burner wallet or like a, you know, not one with most of my crypto. But I do know you're able to connect some wallets to Phantom, hopefully more than just Ledger. But I know Ledger for sure you can connect to Phantom, so we'll see. I just don't like having on the hot wallet. I feel safer having on a cold storage wallet, because it's when you send it, you gotta physically confirm it on the wallet. So, you know, it's just my opinion. Thank you guys for the likes, appreciate it. And by the way too, guys, join my free Telegram. It's in the profile too. If you guys haven't yet, we got a amazing crypto community, free Telegram, Cryptopolis. We're about to hit 1,000 people. The only thing is, when you join it, make sure you click I am not a bot. There's people that don't click. You got like 1 minute to click I'm not a bot, and then you're in. That's it. So join Cryptopolis, my free Telegram. I'm pretty active on there, so. RP, thank you, bro. Thank you for the GOAT. You guys been killing it. Appreciate all the likes. 91K Bitcoin. 91K Bitcoin. We're coming up here to my target, like I said a week back ago, right? 94K. This zone right here. We're going to reach this zone very soon. But the main thing here, which could take a couple weeks, is we want to see how Bitcoin reacts to that 50 MA in green. Right now it's at a 102 level. But in a couple weeks, it might come down to like 98K or 100K or something around here. Right, 101. So this was once support right here during that spring crash, right? It was massive support here for Bitcoin. Okay, so we bounce off this support. Now the 100 is support, and we bounce off that while putting in a higher low. But if we get a big rejection off this 50 MA, this can very well be a dead cat bounce and putting in a lower high here. So this is going to be critical for Bitcoin going into 2026. You gotta see how Bitcoin reacts to that zone. No, I definitely think we can still go back to the 80s, even lower, right? It's just like I said, we got to see how Bitcoin reacts to this zone, and if we actually do put in a lower lower high like many people are saying. I feel like it's too obvious. You know, too many people are expecting a lower high here. But if we get a big crash here, you know, we get a lot of resistance here based on the closing, right? Like I said, the closing is everything. We can wick up past this, but then we can wick back down, close here. That's bearish, right? Then that's going to be a signal that we're probably coming down lower here and breaking 85K or lower. And here's the thing, look, Bitcoin coming down to this zone, if Bitcoin comes down to this zone, I'm still bullish. And the reason why is because ultimately I see Bitcoin flipping that past all-time high zone as support, right? That 65, 69K level, the past all-time high here for 2021. And I mean, we're so close to it, might as well go to it right now. I'd rather happen right now. But the thing is, if that does happen, most people are going to be calling a traditional bear market, when this could definitely, I could see if we do dump down that low, I could see that being the bottom. Okay. But like I said, it's going to catch a lot of bears off guard, because most people are going to be selling, calling a traditional bear market for Bitcoin to go down to like the 30s, right? When I believe we can definitely bottom out here. Again, it's not guaranteed that we go down that low, but the number one signal, and this is why I keep pointing this out on the weekly, the number one signal here is going to be how we react to that 50-week MA on the weekly around here. How do we react around that? So last cycle we thought we were getting a lower high after the dump to 25K, but it went and put in a new high. That's my hoping and coping. Yeah, I mean, you know, most people right now, everyone is calling a lower high. Everyone's calling a dead cat bounce. Yeah, I just feel like it's too obvious, right? That's one thing too, right? Like right now, where Bitcoin topped out here, it's confirmed that we're technically following the 4-year cycle. And I feel like a lot of people believe that and are falling into that. But I think that's a big, I think that's something that the market makers wanted to force on the narrative. The 4-year cycle still being intact. And it's making a lot of people sell, get out the markets, and, you know, preparing for the bear market. Because, I mean, if you really have conviction that we're going to 40K, 30K Bitcoin, and this is a traditional bear market, you would sell, right? You would sell and buy 50% off in a couple months from now. So I feel like a lot of people are doing that. And that's what the market makers really want here. The 4-year cycle narrative to stay intact, right? Yeah, this cycle is very different. But as of right now, we're still in that, we're technically in that, following that 4-year cycle, right? And I could show you right here with the Bitcoin halvings. Basically right here, look, the 4-year cycle, the halving is each vertical line, right? So we have the halving. If you get after the halving, right, you can see right here, we topped out. Let me get a different one, the price, this one. So after the halving, this is 2017, we topped out right here. You see the distance right there from that halving? Now we go to 2020 halving. You see how the distance is the same? Look at that. Exactly the same. You see that? 2021. Now you bring that to this halving, the previous halving, which was in 2024. Look at this. Watch. You see how the distance is exactly the same? The last three cycles. So the 4-year cycle is still in play. It is still in play. It has not been taken out yet. But again, I feel like the market makers are kind of pushing this to eventually break that and kind of catch a lot of bears off guard, and you're going to start to see a lot of people saying, oh, this time is different, the 4-year cycle is dead, this and that. So I feel like that will definitely happen. Invalidated. Yeah, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah. Yo, I show them on the longs and shorts. And you gotta really think about it. I mean, this was the biggest crypto crash in history for Bitcoin. It was a 19 billion liquidations, right? And that's the thing. The main thing about this crypto crash was trading, leverage trading, right? So it's a big reset in the market. And I mean, honestly, I'm still surprised how the total market cap, we're still holding 3 trillion total market cap. So you look at the total market cap for Bitcoin, we're still in this massive uptrend here, right? I would say, yeah, I mean, I would say, you know, if we break this, if we start closing below like 2.6, I would say that's a big momentum change right there, right? Where you can kind of get a relief rally. We start closing, doing something like that, then yeah, that definitely be very bearish. But we're still in this massive uptrend here for total market cap. Happy Friday, Gav's dad. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Black Friday. Thank you guys for coming to the live stream. Shout out to Gav's dad. And again, guys, a big reason why I came live here today is to remind you guys of the amazing deals out there. If you don't have a cold storage wallet like this right here, the Trezor Safe 7 right here, I got the 1 key, 79 bucks. I think this is a great value. It has the EAL chip. It's battery free, open source, Tangem. So take advantage of the Black Friday deals. If you use my link in the profile, you're going to get another coupon on top of that, 5% to 10% off. So you can just click the profile link, click on Trezor, Keystone. Once you click the link, it will automatically take it out on the checkout plus the Black Friday deal. Okay, so 1 key. And these are all in order from the ones I think is the best, right? So Trezor, my number 1, Keystone, 1 key. The top 3 are all open source. We got Ledger, Tangem, LEPAL. So, and also check out the Gemini credit card, 5% cash back on any crypto, and you get 50 bucks using my link. So take advantage of it, guys. It's a great time to buy. A lot of deals out there. Bitcoin at 990, 90K, 999. Let's take a look at some other metrics here that I haven't looked at in a while. Again, the USDT dominance. You can see we're hitting a big target here. This is why I'm bullish too, right? USDT dominance coming up here to this big resistance point. Look at that. So USDT dominance getting some resistance here. We can pull back. You know, if you pull back, right, put in a lower high there, the most likely Bitcoin, obviously the Bitcoin and crypto market is going to drop more. If you come down here, put in a lower high and then break this zone. Crypto Homes, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming to the live stream. So that's the USDT dominance. You look at VeChain, yeah, sure. See how VeChain's reacting to the market. Yeah, so we got 2 days left here for VeChain to come out at least above 0.15. Right? We need VeChain to come above here. I mean, it's gonna be a lot, but this is gonna be the lowest monthly close for VeChain since like 2020. It's insane. Let me look at the daily. Let's start with the lower time frames. You can see we're very weak here, putting in a lower lows, right? Lower low. So this is just a massive downtrend here for VeChain. And you can see how it's getting resistance here. Right, we had a lower low, bounce, lower low, and now we're getting resistance at our bounce here, right? So, you know, this is very bearish in my opinion. And it just looks like a bear flag, right? Where we're, you know, in this uptrend on the 4 hour, but then probably crash down and put in a lower low later on. You know, we're extremely oversold on the monthly, on the 2 week. The good thing is on the 2 week, we're starting to get a crossover. So that, I mean, that's the only hopium here. On the 2 week, we're starting to get a crossover for B-Chain. But we might not have this pump until a couple days, right? Maybe in the beginning here of December. You might get a pump here to 0.15. What do you think about Bitcoin basic Bitcoin investing right now? I think it's a great time. I think everyone should buy Bitcoin each month for long term, right? So get a Bitcoin only wallet, like I said, Trezor, Keystone. Use my link for the best deals, and have that Bitcoin only wallet. Have self custody to it. Store your seed phrase safely, and each month buy, I don't know, whatever you can afford. $50, $100, and put it in the wallet long term, right? Make it your goal to have at least 0.10. After you hit 0.10, make your goal to get 0.21. After 0.21, make your goal to hit 0.50, and then try to get 1 Bitcoin, right? I think long term Bitcoin next decade will hit $1 million per coin. So, and we look back in history, each massive pullback, it was always best to buy Bitcoin over most of the altcoins. Bitcoin usually outperformed, you know, after it started to bounce back. So, about Bitcoin call options, you can do Bitcoin call options on which is like a stock app. I would only recommend Bitcoin call options if you know where you're doing, right? Because, you know, you're obviously using leverage, right? So if you follow Bitcoin consistently, if you're good at Bitcoin's chart, then you can make some good money with Bitcoin call options, right? Because it's leverage. But even while doing that, right, I would still recommend Bitcoin long-term buying, right? Let's say you do Bitcoin call options, you make 50% or something, take some profits from that and actually buy the real Bitcoin and hold it in the wallet. The dollar will collapse, so you're buying Bitcoin for double the price. How's that bad advice? If the dollar will collapse, you should be buying Bitcoin, right? If you believe the dollar will collapse. Thoughts on QNT? Yeah, let's take a look at QNT. So I reached my goal for QNT. I'm happy for that. But yeah, it was a pretty nice move because we were like, man, last time I bought QNT, we were like 80 something. Yeah, it was QNT. Right here. It was yesterday. Yeah, we were like at 83. Wow. So this was a big move here on the daily for QNT. Coming up here to the 618. We're probably going to get some resistance here. We might test 91. So we're probably going to test the $90 level here for sure, since we had a resistance right there. So don't get too excited here for QNT yet. Even if we go up higher here to like 102, 104, 105, we'll probably test 90, 91, 90 right there, because, you know, we're pretty overbought on the daily. Right, but this is a good long term for QNT. You can see on the weekly, put in higher lows. We're just coming back up here to the 618, which we might probably close here on the weekly. We got 2 days left. We get a nice close here. We can open up the next week going up to 105. So pretty bullish here. I'm liking QNT. And I'm happy I bought, you know, I reached my goals for QNT, which is like 10 QNT. It's not a lot, right? Pretty sure most of you guys have more if you're investing in QNT, but I got 12. Hey Jason, how about instead of you coming here to hate my live stream, right? Well, why don't you start your own live stream, right? If you think I'm clueless, right? Instead of wasting your time, you know, time being the most precious asset, This guy's wasting his most precious asset coming out here and hating. Right? If you think you're smarter, just start your own live stream. Right? Stop wasting your life. Yeah, I do meme coins too. I like Toshi, Turbo, Dogecoin. Can you just check out FWOG and Turbo? I'll check out Turbo first and then FWOG if I could find it. Let's take a look here at Turbo. Because Turbo had a good bounce too. I think Turbo is up over 60%. Bitcoin target. I never said Bitcoin I never said Bitcoin will hit 93K today. I said my Bitcoin target overall is 94K. I didn't say today. All right, let's take a look here at Turbo. Gab's dad, thank you, bro. Thank you for the money printer gun. Appreciate it. Hopefully we get that soon. 2026 money printer. You know, we got some big news. I think a big part too of this bounce, right, is that it's officially being confirmed that Trump is going to replace Powell. And hopefully soon, right? I think a big part of it was that soon. Bobby says, no, I don't think so. All right, so Turbo. You know, we got a big, you know, the Turbo chart overall is still bullish, right? Most people get the Turbo chart that starts from here, and it looks bearish because it's just like a downtrend, but you know, Turbo coming down here, holding this Fibonacci zone right here is bullish. Doesn't mean that the bottom's in. You know, Bitcoin turning down, Turbo can easily lose this zone and coming here to the next zone, which is 0.5, which is very, very likely when you look at it, right? This was the recent Turbo top here, right? A little correction here. So Turbo can easily come here to that 0.5, crash down to here if Bitcoin goes back into the 80s and loses 80K. So I'll watch for like 00095, 00010, 0010. But you know, this is a good little relief rally here for Turbo. Shout out to everyone who did buy here. I mean, if you're trading this, you can definitely take profits here. Again, you're going to start to see a lot of resistance here for Turbo, which we're not there yet. So we might, you know, next week, after we get it closed this week, in the next 2 weeks, we might work our way up here to this zone. And that's really where the action starts, because this was once massive support in the past. So if you got a big rejection here, put in that lower high here for Turbo, it's not going to be good, right? Most likely, like I said, we're going to break this zone and go down to that 0.5 Fibonacci. So kind of similar to Bitcoin. Bitcoin moving up to test a massive support level from the past. Yeah, let's check out FWOG. Never checked out FWOG before, so if I did, it was probably like 2 years ago or something. Let me see. Is there a... Okay, I'll do this one because this is the full chart. So, I mean, this is a massive pump for FWOG. We'll start out the weekly and work our way down, right? So on the week, this is good because we got a nice engulfing candle here from the past week. And depending where we got 2 days left, but we get higher here than 0.17. That's going to be very bullish, engulfing the last 2 weeks here for FWOG. Right, this could be a massive momentum shift here, momentum change, especially being this oversold for the past, well, what, like 6 weeks. You can see that we're starting to curve up. So this looks like a momentum change here for FWOG. The beginning of it, right? We look here on the daily. You can see we're very overbought on the daily, but still. What I believe will happen is we'll have that weekly close. Or even go higher. And then test this zone right here. It's going to be a massive zone to test here. If we go higher here, you know, around 0.23, right? So we can go higher here and pull back and come here to put in a higher low. So it looks like it's in the beginning of that massive pivot here for FWOG. I just wouldn't, you know, be buying into green candles as it is on the weekly. Right, you can wait till the weekly close. On the retest here, maybe it comes down to 0.14 level here. So don't chase green candles. Just wait for a pullback because I'm very sure it will happen here for FWOG. Pretty sure it will. So I can't guarantee this is going to continue, right? Because this is still, I mean, when you look at this, the big picture, this is still a massive downtrend here for FWOG. So you just got to be careful. Wow, so QNT staking is coming soon. That's great to know. Fusion 2.5. That's awesome. Let me know, Crypto Homes. If you're in the Telegram, by the way, guys, join the free Telegram and the profile link right here. It's the 4th one, or you could click right here, right? Cryptopolis. But if you're in the Telegram, let us know. Never heard of Micro Eve. The link is not working. It should be working. Look, if you go right here and you scroll down to trading view, right? I'm gonna click it right here. Boom. Okay. Right there, it's working. So my trading view link is working. You just gotta maybe it's something with your phone or the browser app or something. But it should be working. I just clicked on it, 80% off plus the free month. So definitely take advantage of it. It's right here. It's near the bottom here, the trading view app right here. So wow, thank you. Klinsky, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Michael says, yeah, I bought premium just a few hours ago. That's awesome. I'm about to buy too. I'm gonna update my premium. Because mine ends in February, so every time I buy TradingView, it's always this time because it's literally 80% off. It's a big difference from like the normal price, right? And if you guys use my link, I believe you'll get like a month or something. But yeah, this is the best time to buy TradingView. What do you think? Bull market is still going on or bear? I think the bull market is still happening. I'm overall bullish for 2026. Doesn't mean Bitcoin can come down and flip that, you know, all-time high as support, right? The 2021 all-time high. Honestly, the markets are a mess right now and very hard to predict, very speculative. Yeah, I agree with Muhammad. I mean, the reason for that is we're kind of like at a crossroads. A lot of people are saying the bear market started. We're changing momentum, right? The 4-year cycle is playing out. Well, a lot of people are saying, you know, we're just putting a higher low. We're bullish for 2026. So we're kind of at a crossroads. Arbitrum. Sure, I'll take a look here. Arbitrum. The best meme coin, honestly, the meme coins that I'm most excited for, that I hold for this bull market, is Toshi. I'm excited for Toshi. Turbo. Again, this is you know, very risk on, so be careful. You got to do your research. But I'm excited for Toshi. I'm excited for Turbo. Dogecoin too, as well, being a higher cap. Man, I mean, honestly. Yeah, I mean, there's some other ones out there like Floki too, I like. But my two favorite ones is Toshi and Turbo, that I think can make some big money. So Arbitrum. Let's take a look at it. Is it on Gate.io? Yes, it is on Gate.io. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Arbitrum's looking awful. is looking really bad here, right? I mean, we've been in this massive downtrend, just boom, boom, and we're not even reacting with the market really, right? This month we're gonna put in the lowest monthly close here, and this is why I tell you guys, look, you should always wait, right? Like last month, we got a nice uptrend. You should not bought into that uptrend because in the big picture we're still in this massive downtrend, and if you would have waited here, we got a really bad close here on the monthly. And then that signaled this month lower. So we're just putting new lows here for arbitrage where we haven't got any signs yet of a pivot. I mean, this is the first time in a while that we're green here on the week, but most likely in the short term we'll probably bounce off up here. So I'm mostly bullish here short term, in the really short term. But once we get here to 26 cents, 28, we can see a lot of resistance here and put in the higher low. You know what I mean? So just be careful with Arbitrum. I definitely don't like the structure. Yeah, Toshi's on Coinbase, yeah. And I like Toshi too because it's not like a super low cap meme coin. I think it's ranked like 120 or something like that. But then again, it's not like a high cap meme coin. And it is on Coinbase, it's on Base. So it's kind of like a sweet spot. Can you chart Pendo? Pendo. All right, let's take a look here at Pendo. Let's see how we're looking here. We were in this penny here that we broke out to the downside, right? With the market coming down. So, I mean, we're still holding up decently here for Pendo, to be honest. We're holding this massive support level on the monthly. So I wouldn't say this is a bad time to buy, right? We're at the range low here. Honestly, looking like a massive bull flag, right? At the range low, we can bounce back up and maybe we got a rejection here at 370, 378. But, I mean, you could buy some now, right? You can dollar cost average now. If we are bearish, we lose this level. We have a chance of coming back down to like 90, 95. Right? If we get a big crash for Bitcoin below 80K. So there's still a chance we can crash down to like 95. But it's not guaranteed, right? We're holding this level pretty well so far. And we're extremely oversold on the weekly. On the monthly, we're getting that cross down back to oversold territory again. So, I mean, this might be a sign on the monthly that we still have some more downside to go here. Maybe test that $2 mark, right? On the 2-week. 2-week, we're looking pretty good. Getting that crossover possibly. So overall, Pendo's not looking too bad. It's looking pretty strong here. And just, it looks like a massive bull flag, right? You can see this massive bull flag that we're kind of in right here. Which is basically like a, you know, ranging sideways down like that, right? Before we have that big move up. So yeah, if it does crash here below $1, like 95 cents to that next Fibonacci level at 0.38, it would only happen if Bitcoin breaks 80K, in my opinion. If Bitcoin goes to 80K, we're probably going to test that $2 mark here, that $2 195. If it breaks 80K, maybe goes into the 60s, bottoms around the 60s, this will probably bottom out here. Okay. So. And you guys been killing it today. Thank you. Absolutely amazing. Push it to the moon. Yeah, $2 has been support for a long time. So if we start closing below $2, that's a big sign we can go to 95 cents to $1. Sui, I covered Sui already, but I'm bullish on Sui. I think you can also DCA here under $2 Sui. But there's still a big chance we can drop down to like 118, 117, 115 around here. Right? Even though things are moving up, you know, in the short term, in the long term, we can just continue this downwards momentum. Put in the higher low here at 113, 115. And we'll still be bullish on Sui. And you can see how Sui's stochastic is getting down there to extremely oversold for the first time on the monthly. We've never been this oversold on the monthly for Sui. And the amazing part is that we're putting in a higher low. So what's the block tag ICO? I didn't look into that. What's the coin tag? I'll look at it. But I didn't know about the ICO. Where did it ICO at? And also, guys, if you don't follow me on YouTube yet, follow me on YouTube. All you gotta do is go on my profile and you click right here on the YouTube logo. Right there. You see that? YouTube logo. Because I'm gonna be making a Trezor Safe 7 review on YouTube. If you're still undecided on getting the Trezor Safe 7, I'm gonna make an honest review, as well as the One Key Classic. This was 79 bucks. 79 bucks. You guys can get this plus 5% off using my link. If you go right here, One Key, use my link. But I think this is a great value for 79 bucks because it has the EAL chip right here. Okay, it's open source, it's battery free, it's super thin too. It's like a card. It's like super thin, and it has a great app, which is One Key. So I can't wait to set those wallets up. It is an ICI. What? I haven't launched yet. Where's it gonna launch at? Is it gonna launch on Coinbase or what app? I gotta look into it, to be honest. So next stream, I'll definitely talk to you about it. I haven't looked into it and researched it. Oh, not yet. How do you get into the ICO? So Pengu, you know, we're coming down here. Ultimately looking for a higher low. Let's see how we're looking here. So yeah, I mean, like Pengu for the past weeks, we just been new low, new low, new low. This is the first time, right? In 2 days, we're gonna end this week not putting in a new low, right? So this could be the start of this pivot here for Pengu, as we're extremely oversold, right? Getting some bullish divergence here. If we do get this higher low here, we're getting some bullish divergence here for Pengu, so that's good to see. And ultimately, I see Pengu putting in a higher low. If not here, right, we can come up here, retest that 618, 12, 13 cents, relief rally. And if we do drop, we'll probably test the June bottom here, which is around 0086, 0085. Right. So if you're bullish on Pengu, I think it's a decent time to buy it. Oh, it's just online. Okay, that's the website. I'll definitely check it out. I'll check it out. I'll do some research on it. And it's called BlockDAG. Does that have like BlockDAG soft? Like is it like Caspa, similar to Caspa? It's doing pretty so. Yeah, I'm bullish on Toshi too. Is one of my coins I'm most excited about. But and also too, guys, get yourself one of these. So look, I have a bunch of these right here, which is where you put your seed phrase, right? I didn't write it yet, but you put your seed phrase on here. What I recommend getting, right? So you can like scratch it, or what I recommend. I don't have it here with me right now, but it's basically like this electric scratcher that you just use it with your batteries, and it just like scratches it up. And what I recommend getting too for seed phrase backing is this thing right here. This one's kind of small, but you can a lot of them have it bigger. So this right here is basically like a binary punch in seed phrase that uses the bib, you know, the bib, the official seed phrase words, which is bib something. I forgot what it was, but it's in order, right? And you can see that it goes from 1 to 24, and based on the binary numbers that you punch it in, you can read it and you can see, okay, this is number 1 is number this. You go to the bib word list, and then you'll know which word it is. So I think this is really good because if someone, let's say you lose this, if someone finds it, it's going to take them a while to decipher your seed phrase. They might not even know what it is for, right? They might not even know that it's based on the bib word list. So that's why I think it's a great seed phrase backup tool. Now, these aren't cold storage wallets. This is just like a seed phrase backup, right? So this one is punch in. So you can see how you punch it in. I use this to punch it in. Boom. It's just different, in my opinion, to decipher. It's based on binary. So up here, it has like binary numbers. And here it has like 1 through 24. But the most popular ones, like the simpler one, is this one, where you basically just put in your word, right? Which is like steel. So those things are out of my mind. Yeah, I know it's kind of hard at first, but I highly recommend, if you guys do self-custody, definitely don't just write it down on a paper. But yeah, Bitcoin 90K. Let's see how we do here on the weekend. Does Bitcoin pull back, or do we hit 93K, 94K? I believe we'll probably pump going into Monday. So like I said, 94K I believe will be probably the next target. And then after that, 98K. Let's just see how we react to that right in the next coming weeks. But overall, I told you guys I'm bullish going into 2026. I think it'll be a bullish year. And again, if you guys haven't yet checked it out, use my links, right? Black Friday deal, Trezor, Keystone. If you use my link, you get 5 to 10% off plus the Black Friday deal. It's all right here. Join the free Telegram right here. Make sure to click I'm not a bot. And you get the Gemini credit card. They're doing 5% cash back for 12 days. So if you want to earn 5% cash back on Bitcoin, XRP, Dogecoin, Solana, like all the top coins, they have a great variety. I'm earning 5% on Doge Elon Mars because I'm a degenerate. But you can earn 5% on a more stable coin like Solana or something, right? And if you use my link, you get $50 for the credit card as well as the Gemini account, crypto.com. So yeah, use my link, TradingView as well, 80% off. Definitely take advantage of the Black Friday deals. I just want to say thank you to everyone on here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Shout out to Gav's dad for the gifts. And I'll be back on live this weekend for sure. So I'll see you guys very soon this weekend for the monthly close in 2 days. So let's see how we do in 2 days. And yeah, thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Good night, guys. Peace.